welcome back to my video. It's me, Titania, your English teachers for today. So, how are you all doing? I hope you are feeling great and ready to learn something fun. So, do you know what we are going to learn today? Well, we are going to learn about recount text. This is one of the most common types of a text that you will find and you will use it a lot in a daily life. Alright, let's get started. Alright, before we go deeper, let's start by understanding what a recount text actually. So, recount text is a type of text that retells past events or experiences in the order they happen. So, when you tell a story about something that already happened in yesterday, last month, last year, or last week, this is called recount. Now that we know what a recount text is, let's continue by looking at this purpose. So, this purpose of a recount text is the first, to tell about past experience, the second, share memories or event, and the third one or the last one is entertain or inform the reader. So, a recount text is not only about telling what happened, but also sharing something meaningful or enjoyable. Alright, next let's talk about the types of recount text. There are several types of a recount, such as the first is a personal recount. It means that a text that contains the writer's personal experiences, for example, like holiday story or the first day at school. And then the second type is a factual recount. It means that a text that contains events that actually happened. For example, like accident reports or news report. And the last one is imaginative recount, a text that contains an imaginary story experiences by someone. For example, my adventures in a space. But in this lesson, we will mainly focus on personal recount, not the second or the third types of a recount. A recount text has three main parts, and each part plays an important role in building the full story. The first is orientation. This is the beginning of the story. It includes the detail about who has involved, what happened, when and where the event took place, and sometimes why it happens. So, in orientation, help set the scene before the main event begins. The second structure is event. This is the main part of the recount. Here, we tell the events in chronological orders, first, then, after that, next, and finally. So, this section often uses a simple past tense because we talk about action that already happened. We also add details, feelings, and description to make the story clear and more interesting. And the last structure is the reorientation. This part concludes that recount text by summarizing the experiences, providing a personal comment, or sharing the writer's feeling about the event. This is the ending of the recount. This part closes the story naturally and gives a final impression. To help us read a clear recount text, we also need to understand its language features. So now, let's talk about that. The first is simple past tense. We use simple past tense to tell action that happened in the past. If you have a positive sentence, you can use pattern subject plus verb to. But if you have a negative sentences, you can use subject plus did not plus verb 1. And if you have a question, you can use did plus subject plus verb 1. So, in negative and question forms, the verb returns to verb 1. The next tense is past continuous tense. We use past continuous tense to talk about the first is an action that was happening at a specific time in the past, or the second one, an action in progress when another action happens. So you can use patterns subject plus was or were plus verb ing. If your sentence is negative, you can use subject plus was or were not plus verb ing. And then if you have a question, you can use was or were plus subject plus verb ing. So use was for I, he, she, it, or singular nouns. And then use were for you, they, we, or plural nouns. The next is adverb of time. For example, like yesterday, last week, last month, and the last one is years ago. And then the next one is time connective. You can use first, secondly, then, before, after that, at least, and finally. And then the last one is adjective. For example, like strong, high, noisy, crowded, and so on. Let's look at a real example so everything becomes clear. After reading the example, let's quickly summarize that we have learned today. So today we learned that a recon text is used to retell past events or experiences. It has three structures. The first is orientation, events, and the third one is reorientation. It uses a simple past tense and past continuous tense, and we also look at the complete example of a recon text. Alright, that's all for today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me. I hope these videos can help you to understand well about the recon text. And see you in the next video or in the next lesson. Bye!